I have never pled guilty to 2 felonies, maybe 1.
Greatness is expected from me every single day.
The matchups this week are incredibly important.
Oh my God, it feels so good.
Hello, beautiful people, Flock League watchers. Welcome to week 7. Before we get into the matchups, let's start with a little state of the league. At the top here, Sal Vetri, 5-1, 900 points scored so far off the back of those 2 star running backs, CMC and Jonathan Taylor. He's having an incredible year so far. Mason Dodd, he's made it here also off the back of his running backs. He has no wide receiver 1 whatsoever. Then from Avery at 4-2 in 3rd place, all the way down to honestly Nick in 11th at 1-5. Everybody's got here through a different path, but all these teams have some strengths and some weaknesses. And I'm not counting anybody in this range out, not even Nick at 1-5. Now Badake, that's a separate story, 0-6, but everybody else from that 3 to 11, the matchups this week are incredibly important as these standings start to solidify. Now let's start with the man who made an incredibly difficult decision this week, letting go of Puka Nacua, Mr. Zachary Savage. He at 2-4 is coming up against Thomas the Editor, who is 4-2. Let's see how Jaden and Drake fare in their debut. Zach needs this win badly to stay in contention here.
Well, heading into week 7, look, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I feel like I've worked my ass off this week in this league. I don't think a soul in this league has sent more trade offers, has had more conversations than myself. Now, here's the deal. We're facing Mason's editor, obviously, Thomas, and I think this matchup will come down to 2 specific things. Number 1, if Chuba Hubbard plays. You know, Thomas, having Rico Dowdle for the last couple weeks has been just insane for him. The other thing that this matchup is going to rely on is one single NFL matchup. That is the Commanders and the Cowboys, because we have 4 players involved. We've got Daniels, we've got Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt against the Cowboys in a dome. I'm excited about that. We've also got Jake Ferguson and Butter Aubrey, and also Drake London. I keep forgetting about Drake London, but like, let's see what he can do, right? Can we go on a magnificent run? Can we make history? Well, it probably starts this week if we can. Okay, last thing is we did make a trade with Daniel Kaku Badake. He needs starters. I gave him Zach Charbonnet, Bo Nix, who I don't really need anymore. I get Trey Benson and the Chiefs defense. I've done everything I can at this point. And now we gotta let everything, all the cards fall where they may. Oh, last thing here, by the way, this jersey is not coming off the entire weekend. I will be going to dinner in this jersey. I'll be going to the movies in this jersey tomorrow night. Might see my wife's family. I don't care. I'll sleep in this jersey. It's now become a part of me at this point. So for better or worse, it's me and you, JD.
Moving over to the man who is on the other side of the huge deal that went down this week, Mr. Danny Ladd of Fantasy Stock Exchange. He makes this huge trade. He has to become a PhD level research candidate to do it, finding out all the information he can about Puka Nacua's ankle. Danny's depth and the players that he's having to put in his starting lineup has been a talk of this league every week so far, and it's no different here in week 7. The Devs at 3-3, they got a really good team, and you know what? They need a win this week as well. Now Danny, to get back to Danny here, he is 4-2. But the thing about Danny, he has scored more points than only one team in the entire league. Nick, the editor, at 1-5, has more points scored than Danny.
Week 14, 2024. The day that my season ended at the hands of the leader of this hive mind. We don't forget, but we seek vengeance.
And we don't need to mention who the lowest scoring team in the league is. We'll just move over to his matchup. Badake is coming up against Mason Dodd at 5-1 this week. Nothing to report here, really. This matchup is pretty dull because Badake's roster belongs to an 0-6 dynasty roster that is tanking on purpose.
All right, I understand. A lot of y'all don't know what pressure even feels like, right? I mean, you live a life where nobody really expects anything from you. I mean, if you can get out of bed, if you can just do the bare minimum, it's a good day. That's not the case here. The case here is greatness is expected from me every single day that I open my eyes. And honestly, it wears on a man. I mean, a lot of y'all couldn't walk in these shoes. I'll just let you know that right now. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Nathan. It really goes to show this week because I'm in a lose-lose situation. I'm going up against Badake. And now everybody knows, oh my gosh, Mason, the best fantasy football player on the planet. versus Badake, who has yet to win a game this year. Badake, over the past 20 games he's played, maybe like 2-18. We got to check the scoreboard right now. Since that's the setup, if I win, what are people gonna say? Oh, well, let's see you win in the playoffs. Oh, yeah, it's impressive that maybe you're 15-4 over the past 2 years, but what did you do in the play? Right. And then if I lose, oh my God, I can't even imagine what the clips would look like. I wouldn't be able to even open up the app. It's a lose-lose situation. Tonight, we have DK Metcalf and we have Aaron Rodgers good to go. And we're going up against Chase Brown and Kenneth Gainwell. And I swear to God, if Kenneth Gainwell does anything, I will lose my mind.
Let's move over to Nathan the Bug, and he is coming up against Nick the Editor. Nathan at 2-4 and Nick the Editor at 1-5. Now, these records don't show much promise. Both these guys need a win desperately. 2-5 is a dangerous place to be. You know what's worse than 2-5? 1-6. Nick needs to win this matchup to move to 2-5, which is still a bad place to be, but like I said, better than 1-6. Now let's move over to your boy, the Fan Wagon, at 3-3, coming up against Mr. Corey Bush of FSC, also at 3-3. Now a 500 matchup here, but the starting lineups don't look similar. We were down bad the past couple of weeks, but I hope that none of you got used to that because we are back. And across from us is a team that looks like the one that we had to field last week. Bush is having a ton of issues on his roster. He trades a healthy Xavier Worthy, who he waited to come back from injury, for a newly concussed Marvin Harrison Jr. It's like he wants to start Isaiah Pacheco. He can't help himself. Bush is going to be starting Kendre Miller in his starting lineup in week 7. And if that's the case, he's going to be competing with Badake for the saddest starting lineup in the league in week 7. Now, we've dealt with a bunch of misfortune. Our first, third, fourth, fifth round, sixth round picks, they were all out. But we have everybody back, besides James Conner, rest in peace. And we are making a playoff push, and it starts here in week 7, where the fantasy gods have repaid us for all of that hurt that they caused earlier in the season with this cupcake of a matchup.
This is the worst possible time to catch somebody because I have never seen Sammy's team this healthy. I am prepared to get absolutely filled this week. The only thing that is a saving grace to me is that this is my last really challenging week of buys and injuries for the rest of the year. Kind of in a bind here because I made this trade with Nathan thinking, okay, my lineup's set. I'm going to carry an extra roster player going into next week. But now, not only is Marvin Harrison potentially going to play, which means that I would have to move him into my lineup, drop a player. Josh Downs might not. I mean, congrats on your win, Sammy. This is absolutely a cupcake. This is the same as I said in week 5, which is I have nothing to lose this week.
Now, the final matchup to talk about here in week 7, it is the heavyweight matchup of the week in the Flock League. Sal against Avery. Sal is going to continue to ride the girth of CMC and Jonathan Taylor, while Avery hopes that Rashee Rice can jailbreak a big play in his first game back. These guys are both on really long winning streaks. Sal loses to Mason in week 1, has won 5 straight. Avery loses to Mason in week 2, going to 0-2. You'll remember that Monday night Omarion Hampton disaster. Well, guess what? He's won 4 games since then, and he's getting Rashee Rice back here in week 7. Could this matchup be an early bye decider for the playoffs? I think it absolutely could be.
We are on to week 7 and another win. We took down Sammy. We moved to 5-1 with the most points. The first team to reach 900 points in the league. We're on a 5-game winning streak, the longest streak in the league. And I gotta say, maybe you are also out there in first place in your league, 5-0 or 5-1, 6-0, right? Maybe even 4-2 with some ties for first place. And it feels good. I can't tell you how good it feels waking up on Monday morning, 5-1 with the most points in the league, in the Flock League, which is the most viewed fantasy football league in the world. And I'm the king of it, to quote Mason Dodd. I'm in first place. Oh my God, it feels so good. I just got 9 hours of sleep. For the first time in probably 3 years, I got 9 hours of sleep. And I just have to thank the Flock League. Now, this is definitely going to be my toughest task, at least in a month, probably on the year. I think this is the biggest matchup of the entire season for any teams in the Flock League. It's number 1 in the league versus number 3 in the league. We're both top 4 in points scored. And honestly, I think I'm playing Avery at the worst possible time because he's down Omarion Hampton, but he has Rashad White with Bucky Irving still out. And it seems like Rashad White is basically just producing like a second round fantasy pick. And he also has Rashee Rashee Rice coming back from suspension. And I think I'm most scared about Rashee Rice, and not for the reasons that you're thinking. Oh, Rashee Rice coming back. He was the number 2 wide receiver in fantasy points per game or whatever last year before injury. The Chiefs offense looks amazing. He has the stack with Patrick Mahomes. Those would all be reasons to be afraid of Avery's team this week. But I'm afraid of Avery's team and Rashee Rice simply because he has Convict energy on his team. I mean, Rashee Rice, by all accounts, is a terrible human being. My team, unfortunately, when it gets into the dogfight, no pun intended, I mean, that's where Avery's got me beat.
Now, one funny thing is Sal saying that I have a convict on my team in Rashee Rice, and he has a team full of, excellent human beings while having George Pickens on his team. But the funny thing about Rashee Rice is, you do realize, Sal, what he got arrested for, right? He was in Texas, and he was reckless driving. That's why Rashee Rice is a convict, you should say. I wonder if I know anybody else in Texas that does illegal things while they're driving. I wonder if I know anybody like that. There's Sal breaking down a fantasy football trade while driving through the streets of Austin. He's not even looking at the road. This dude is talking about my Rashee Rice trade while driving. Sal, you have to see the irony in this, buddy. You're saying Rashee is a convict. You can't find a convict on your team. It's you.
So Avery thinks that I might be the convict for driving with 2 hands on the wheel, looking at the road, having a mount up with my phone. Look, just because I got an underage drinking at 19 years old at Penn State drinking a Coors Light at a tailgate, that doesn't make me a convict. A misdemeanor wiped off my record, not a convict. Just because I would walk into Walmarts when I was in college and dead broke, walk around shop and eat some M&Ms and not pay for them, that doesn't make me a convict. I have never pled guilty to 2 felonies. Maybe one, not 2 felonies like Mr. Rashee Rice has. So I would love to claim that I'm the convict on my team to give me the match that we need. We know Rashee Rice isn't going to follow the rules, and that's tough to compete with. He's a wild card. We don't know what he's going to do this week to score his fantasy points. Maybe I got to commit 2 felonies.
This is a matchup that we are all going to be seeded for all weekend.
Now, for those of you that don't know, this week I think is extremely personal for both Avery and I. You definitely don't know this watching. I don't think the clips made any of the videos. But week 1, Avery asked his live chat, how stupid is Sal Vetri for drafting Christian McCaffrey?
Okay, so we're currently on a live stream. We're currently, talking to our supporters, and we're kind of walking through the Christian McCaffrey news that has been unfolding. But really, what I want to ask my supporters is just how stupid is Sal for drafting Christian McCaffrey over Saquon? He had a Saquon Barkley shirt on. How stupid is Sal on a scale of 1 to 10 for drafting Christian McCaffrey over Saquon and Justin Jefferson? Let's see what they say. 10, 7, 9, 6, 9, 11, 6, 8, 8, 9. Lots of 8s and 10s there, Sal. I hate to be the guy. I hate to be the guy that breaks it to you.
I would just like to ask the Flock League chat, how stupid is Sal Vetri for drafting the number 1 overall running back in fantasy football? So after seeing that, heading into week 3, I was saying how bad of a pick Amarian Hampton was in the 2nd round of fantasy football. I mean, I think to this day, getting 2 usable weeks, probably on the entire year, out of Amarian Hampton for fantasy purposes might be categorized as the worst pick in the 2nd round. But to Avery's credit, Amarian Hampton went out there and he scored 25 points in back-to-back weeks. So Avery got to come back and rub that one in my face. So we have a couple of things brewing under the surface here. I think it makes it very personal for both of us. Unfortunately, Amarian Hampton, we wish him the best, will not be able to participate in this. But we're going to get to talk to Christian McCaffrey this week. And we're going to tell Christian McCaffrey that when the entire world was dunking on him, nobody was dunking on him more than Avery Huffman in Indianapolis with his live chat and his closest 100 friends saying that Sal Vetri is an idiot for drafting you. What do you think about that, Mr. Christian McCaffrey? And we'll see what happens.
So evidently, Sal's pissy because I called him stupid in a bit for a video, which whatever. But he's trying to dunk on my draft picks like Amarian Hampton was the worst pick in the 2nd round. But second of all, let's see if Sal knows ball. Sal, tell us how much you know ball, buddy. Tell us.
I'm happy Avery's 0-2. I hope he doesn't win another game the entire season.
I've won 4 straight since this.
By far and away the worst fantasy team in this league.
Really?
His fantasy points through 2 weeks. Victory lapping, getting Patrick Mahomes in like the 8th round of your draft. Basically a waiver wire quarterback.
All right, let's go matchup by matchup here. Mason versus Badake. I will say that this is the scariest one of the week because if I lose this, I won't be able to watch the video on Monday. Bush, what's the line?
Mason is currently favored by 21.5 over Badake, so laying a lot of wood on this one. Minus 425 money line for Mason to win. I will take Mason to both cover and win, unfortunately, for Badake.
I'll take Mason minus 21.5.
I'll take myself to win and cover. You guys.
I think Badake makes it close, but Mason wins it. Badake covers.
Mason to win, Mason to cover. You got Sterling Shepard in the lineup.
Yeah, Mason to win, Mason to cover. Badaki's best player, James Cook, is on bye.
I don't think we should be focusing on the 21.5 points. I think the line that we got to focus on for you, Badake, is over under 1.5 wins. I got to take Mason, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
Well, let's move over to the next matchup. This is Zach versus Thomas. Bush, what's the line?
Close matchup. A lot of close matchups this week, actually. Zach is currently a 3.5 point favorite. I don't give a shit what the projections say. And Zach minus 3.5, minus 125 to win it. I will take Zach to both win and cover.
I'm going to take Thomas to win, and I don't even need the points.
I'm going to take Thomas as well, just because I know Zach doesn't want me to choose him.
Thank you.
Zach wins and covers here.
Yeah, Zach wins and covers for me too.
I love that. This is so fun that people are choosing me. I'm going to choose myself, right? I'll put myself first.
Part of the tactic, I mean, you came to me. I got Puka. You did get Drake London and Jaden Daniels, though. And I do think they're going to make a big difference. I'm going with you. I trust you. You made the deal for a reason. I think you get the win on the board.
And you know what, Danny? When it matters the most, you made the right deal. And you're going to win the league. So
And
congratulations.
Danny, what do you say to all the fans out there who think you made a dumb trade?
I don't give
All right. Well, currently Sleeper has this as a coin flip between Nathan, the young bug, and Nick. Nathan now has Avery Worthy. Bush, what's your line?
Yeah, Nick is favored by 2.5. Nathan, the bad luck string might continue for him based on some of the coin flip stuff going on. And I do like Nick to cover that. And he is minus 115 money line. So I like him to cover and win.
I'm going to take the young bug here. I think that Bush is just against Nathan because Nathan's his rival.
No, he's starting Michael Carter, actually, is why I'm against Nathan.
Brother is better than Pacheco.
I'm going to take Nick because I still need Nathan to lose.
I think Nick takes it as well. I don't like looking at both Vikings receivers next to each other in Nathan's lineup. I don't know why. That just turns me off. So I'm gonna take Nick.
I keep picking Nathan, and he literally keeps losing. And so I think it's kind of funny. So I'll pick Nathan to win and cover again. Maybe he loses.
I am taking Nick.
This one's a coin flip. Obviously, given the spread, 2.5 points, it kind of indicates that. I mean, we do look at some deficiencies across both lineups. The one caveat I will say, Nick, you're gonna be watching this right now. You're gonna be editing this right now. As long as Jordan Whittington's
He's cutting it out. There's no point.
Danny, I don't know
It's
how
not
many
making
times
out.
you
Just
have to say that you need to say the team name right away and then maybe give some rationale after.
What I was gonna say is I picked Nick on the caveat that Chuba Hubbard is subbed out for Jordan Whittington this week.
All right. Well, the most important matchup of the week, we have Mr. Sal Vetri versus Avery Huffman. They're both right there for the very top of the league, 5-1 and 4-2. Avery's steaming up. Bush, what's the line?
This is as close of a matchup as you can get. Avery is currently a 3-point favorite, the way I looked at this one. Lots of great matchups on both sides, but my tiebreaker was that both of Sal's hammer running backs do have tough matchups. So I'll take Avery -3. Minus 110. House barely gets a cut there. I will take Avery both to win and to cover.
I'm going to take Sal with 3.5 points, but Avery, this is the 1 week all year that I'm going to be rooting for you. So I know we went through our little lessons earlier in the week. I gave you the game plan of taking down Sal. Hopefully you can execute, but to be honest with you, I don't have much faith.
You were talking to my assistant, buddy. It wasn't me.
Damn, you got money like that. You got assistants and shit. And for that, I'll take the man with the money then. Give me Avery.
An Avery win means the King costume comes back out. We cannot be having this. Sal's gonna take this matchup.
I really do think this is going to be a toss-up, but I want to be back in first, so I'm gonna take myself to win and cover.
You know, it's funny because if you look at Sal's team, respectfully, outside of his running backs, like if one of those guys went down,
Yup.
Dude, the wide
it would be
receivers
one
are
of
bad.
one of the worst teams in the league. And I'm not wishing that upon him, but I also have DJ Giddens. So, Avery.
I'll take Avery. I will be going with Avery, both on the spread and on the money line. And it's pretty simple. Sal, you called me a bye week. I'm waiting for your bye week dreams to vanish.
Next matchup, I cannot stress how much I'm rooting against Bush. I am. At this point, my blood boils every time Bush thinks he can talk trash to me. Like I get irate. Pacheco has not started. He has not scored 10 points a single game this year. We're week 7, and you're still starting him. I don't care what line you put it at. I will take Sammy. I don't care if it's Sammy minus 100. He better win this.
Badake, it's belt to ass, bro. If you beat Mason, I'll be the happiest camper in the world, bro. Holy. Okay.
I really hope so.
Sammy, 11.5 point favorite against me here, minus 250. The trade I made, I'm sacrificing some points this week, but yes, I will also take Sammy to win and cover because he is definitely going to beat me barring some unforeseen circumstances.
Yeah, I'll take Sammy as well. I mean, such a strong team. Debo against Dallas.
Kittle
Mike,
back.
Mike might be coming back. Yeah, Kittle's coming back. J.K. Dobbins against the Giants. Nico, come on, why not?
Yeah, I think I'll take myself here. This just looks like Bush's team looks like my team last week.
I'm taking Bush to cover and Bush to win in the funniest possible scenario because Marv plays this week and Bush starts him.
Michael Mayer, Kyle Pitts, Isaiah Pacheco. We're gonna take the fan.
Avery's the smart one here because Avery called me to win and cover because he knows what I'm capable of because I almost beat him with no Lamar and no Bijan.
You had nobody and you put up 150 on me.
I beat all of you in that week except for him.
Nice, dude.
I'm off the record, man.
I started 4 on that week.
I'm sorry, Corey. You made the deal because you thought, okay, I can punt a week and then I'll be back for next week. It's just when Sammy's rolling at a lot better strength right now comparatively, I got to go with Sammy. Mason, before you leave, let's hear the betting line and let's hear your thoughts on my matchup against Dev Rowe.
Oh, I forgot. We still have the Ladster versus Dev Rowe.
I didn't realize there was another matchup either.
And I will say, I'm also rooting against Danny. So I don't care what the line is. I'm taking Dev Rowe. Bush, what's the line?
The line is 9.5 points. The Devs are getting here, and they are minus 200 to take down Danny. When you look at the matchup, you know, they got better game environments, and Danny's starting Tajay Spears.
He's starting Spears, Travis Hunter,
this weekend,
and Kenneth Walker.
Travis Hunter would be the second best receiver on the team. So
yeah, what are we talking about, Mason? You've seen the receivers, right?
With Fantasy Stock Exchange.
You've seen your receivers, right?
Oh, look at the range mate. It works so well.
You've seen your receivers, right? Well, like Mason, you've seen your receivers, right? Like everything you say about my running backs.
You're last in points scored in this league. This is why I hate Fantasy Stock Exchange.
Wait. Have you had a week where you shared half a lineup? Have you had a week where you shared half a lineup?
What the hell are we doing here? I'm telling you, comment section. I hope you are with me. We're rooting for the downfall of Fantasy Stock Exchange. They don't know how to play fantasy football yet. Somehow they come out a team that's 5-1 at the moment. What are we talking about here?
Lad's skating by with like a 2-10 record in this conversation.
Well, they're not talking. That's why.
Yeah, they're not talking. They're not out here talking trash.
They're just.
What you always talk about? I'm so successful.
All I gotta say is the land technically have been decimated with injuries. So,
I have too.
I mean,
guys, you're the only channel that doesn't have a playoff appearance in this league. Like,
yeah, it's only been 1 year, guys. It's only been 1 year.
But like, do something. I agree. Like, you got to do something.
Look. With that being said, I'll just take the Devs. I really don't care who wins this match. Maybe you know what? I'll give you a reason. I just don't want to hear Danny's mouth. Lose.
Oh, you're gonna hear it regardless.
I'm gonna take. Danny's down. No, I'm gonna take the Devs. This is what are we talking about here? Devs to win, Devs to cover. This is ridiculous.
We do realize Danny's won the last couple weeks scoring like 110 points.
He's second to last in
CD.
I know, and
he's only scored more than Badake has he scored.
He keeps getting really fortunate with his matchup. So I'm gonna say he covers. I do think the Dev team wins though.
I'm gonna take the Devs to win this week. I think Danny knows that he's probably not gonna win this week, but I'm gonna take the Devs to win, Devs to cover, Danny to win the league.
Guys, we haven't had CeeDee Lamb since week 3, realistically. And in that game, he scored 0 points, and that mustered the win. Now I get CeeDee Lamb back, and he's fully healthy, and he's going up against Washington. He is having his redemption, and Mason, for the love of God, after the week, if you have Josh Jacobs ranked above him, I'm going to have an aneurysm.
Brother, have you looked at my rankings right now? Is that the case?
Oh, it doesn't matter what they are ranked right now, but when CeeDee Lamb drops 35 on the Commanders, I hope you change your tune.
Yeah, I already have CeeDee Lamb ranked ahead of Josh Jacobs. What the hell are we talking about?
Oh, you had Jacobs ahead of Puka, so
Jacobs is his 102, Lamb is his 101.
My bad.
Well, good luck to Avery. Good luck to Zach. Good luck to the fan. Good luck to everybody but Fantasy Stock Exchange, where I hope you burn in the toilet bowl where you belong.
All right, tonight's the night. We're kicking off our matchup against Sal. Some are calling it the biggest matchup of the season, which, you know, most games I'm involved in are the biggest matchups of the season. Week 2 versus Mason was probably the biggest one before this one. So, yeah, I'll take it. We're good under the lights. We've won a championship. We have a championship culture, and tonight starts with Jamar Chase. Again, slowly chipping away at getting our second championship, and Jamar Chase has got to pop off tonight. Jamar, I need 20 at least. We've got 2 elite running backs we need to counter on Sal's side. I need 20 points from you, Jamar. Please do it for Zero Dark Avery, buddy. You're the man.
Nice. A f***ing hold, call him back. A f***ing Jalen Warren touchdown. Go.
Jamar. Oh, you dropped a touchdown, and then what do? You get another one. That's Jamar Chase, baby. Best wide receiver in fantasy football.
Hey, Mason, that's your wide receiver one? That's your wide receiver one? That's what I thought.
Can I show y'all something? Oh my gosh, this is just one hell of a day. Oh, look at our guy. Oh, he's scrambling. He's getting out of the pocket. Oh, deep ball. Oh. That's our oh. So yeah, I understand maybe you would want to say, oh, Mason, are you sure you're going to be able to go to 6-1? Are you sure you don't have Josh Allen? You don't have the captain of your team? Well, Aaron Rodgers, with good coaching, with a good owner like yours truly, clearly can get the job done. We're up to 24 points, and honestly, I think we have more coming.
These freaking dummies. All week, we released a whole video on, oh, well, Zach had the wide receiver one, and he traded the wide receiver one to Danny, and now Danny has the wide receiver one, and Danny's got a good... Idiots. You know who has the wide receiver one in this league? The guy that was taken at the 101. The guy I literally took the 101 for to draft him, Jamar Chase. You want to know why I have this? You want to know why this is at my house and not any of your house? Because you're all bad at this. What a great start to this week.